Nervous, excited, love is in the air. I was listening to Sade all morning, so I'm ready.
You've briefly talked to Jeff. How was it?
It was amazing, slightly overwhelming, very overstimulating. He smells really good. He looks really good. I'm excited and kind of shit myself at the same time. And then we had hash browns on the way here, and now my breath smells like hash browns. So I hope he likes potatoes.
He just has some sort of...
She's just very confident, anxious, but excited, but you could tell she knows what she's doing. She's not as scared as she's putting on. She's a confident woman.
like confidence about her already. Like she's like, it's like it's her show now, and I'm a contestant.
That's all. That's what I saw.
Rugged.
Yeah, maybe like LA rugged chic. Like he wants to be a lumberjack, but he can't because he's too pretty. Jeff wants to be a gangster, but he ain't a gangster. He's so soft and gooey on the inside.
She just knows what she knows what she's doing. All right, hey, my name's Anthony Resinello. I'm a social and relationship coach living in Los Angeles, and today I am going to react to the next step in this whole Bachelor saga when Jeff and VERICA go on a date. They have a couch date. They have another date. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna analyze it. You guys liked the first one. 1 billion people asked me to do another one. I'm sorry that it was a little bit late.
You talking about me over there saying I'm not a real gangster?
Yeah. Nothing's gonna bring your ego down. Can't be insecure with a big
maybe I need to show you what's up. I just got my felony.
Oh!
I'll go get another strike, right?
But you know what? I'm liking her body language. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see some more uniqueness about VERICA. I think what it was is like, do you see how she's kind of like getting like hunching over and kind of going like this? It shows to me that she's not perfectly manicured in every way. Because in the first video, that's what I saw, a perfectly manicured person. And it was incredible to watch. I mean, it was incredible to watch the chemistry. It was incredible to watch VERICA just do an amazing job and look really charm Jeff's pants off. And so I'm just really excited to see what happens here. But just based on the body language, whatever this is, it shows me I'm just speculating. I'm just going with vibes right now. Her confidence is not perfectly manicured. She is just a confident, authentic person, which is the best type of person. So let's see what happens. Jeff, he looks fine. But I know Jeff kind of holds back a little bit more. He pushes his anxieties down. Like she just said, he kind of comes off a little more gangstery than he really is. So that was 3 seconds of this date. I already gave it a 5-minute rundown, but let's continue.
One time I came to the beach here with an ex. We had already broken up, but I was going through some stuff. My dog Nerf, obviously, he was really old and he fell down the stairs.
Look at how engaged she is. She's completely tuned into every word he says, but at the same time, she's like slouching and she's like doing that, which I like. That's good. That's what I want. I want the weird. I want the real. I want the authentic VERICA. And she's giving it. She's giving it all. And I think Jeff is just like, let's just take this step by step.
I'm a fan of Coldplay, but I didn't
Really
know,
like Coldplay?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's in line with liking 50 Cent.
I like everything.
Do you have a favorite artist?
Okay, now she's getting a little judgmental. You don't judge Coldplay.
Yeah, 50 Cent.
Oh my God, okay.
And Chris Martin
the
now,
camera.
live in LA.
Yeah, maybe.
What are your thoughts?
Probably live in LA if some really cute guy wanted to date me and he happened to live here. But then I would only do that temporarily. If we wanted a family, we're not raising children here.
Yeah,
With peace and love.
No,
Oh, peace and love in the world.
I'm on the same page there.
Interesting.
Oh, you want to come to Australia?
I think so. Meeting Australian people and their sense of humor.
I feel like you fit in Australia more than here.
Yeah.
We take the piss out of everyone. Everyone takes themselves too literally here.
I've been pronouncing your name wrong this whole time.
Yeah.
Now, would you want me to say it's
Baby's
Vernicia,
fine.
right?
Sweetheart.
Baby. What if I have to address you to someone else?
So maybe VERICA or VERICA.
Like I'm booking a flight and I'm telling my assistant.
It's getting a little intense. She's getting a little intense. And now the leaning in, it's much. It's a little much. Baby's fine. I'm just like trying to get into her head. What is she feeling? What is she doing right now? Okay, I'm gonna say that my guess with what VERICA is doing right now, because it's interesting. She's like moving very fast. She's being very forward. I think she might be overcompensating because of anxiety, which would be a fine thing to do. It's something that I would prefer rather than an alternative perspective. But again, very early. Now, Jeff, I think, is doing great. He seems very calm. He seems very relaxed. I'm sure he's anxious on the inside. Like, I would be anxious. Anyone would be anxious. If we're talking in terms of like how the date is going, it looks like Jeff is just being relaxed and comfortable. And it looks like Verica is like, I'm at the final boss and now it's time to fucking dominate, baby. And it feels a little overcompensating, but I'm not sure yet. Just began, let's keep going.
Oh, that we can maybe read later.
No, I want to read this
Oh,
now.
maybe we read that one later.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually cute.
Yeah, put it the fuck away, man.
No, this is the real you.
Stop.
This is what I need to see.
Oh my God, I can't be the roommate with all these damn cameras.
Ah, okay. It's making more sense now. She is nervous. She is overcompensating. I can't be the real me with all these damn cameras. Okay, so she's a little performative. She's probably just a generally performative person when she knows there's cameras and people around. And that is probably what I was seeing.
Oh, I get a hug?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
By the way, I love Jeff's East Coast accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I say That's how I was taught. That's how all of my family members would go, yeah. And he goes, yeah.
I want to know about your life, you know? I want to know about the real Jeff.
We got plenty of time for that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Got the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
It's too much.
I bought this little gun, and the guy that I got it off of went to jail for armed robbery. So I would take like a
So now this is feeling like a real date. To me, it feels like Jeff now has assumed like, I'm on a date right now. I'm going to take this seriously. Cameras are gone.
How much of the H3 podcast do you watch?
All the time. I love the H3 podcast. You didn't like that?
Is that why you're here?
Fuck no.
You're on the H3 podcast now.
Yeah, it's
Congratulations.
terrifying. You didn't like the H3 podcast?
No, fuck the H3 podcast.
You gotta love the H3 podcast, Jeff, because they brought us together.
There you go. That's your hair. This is what your hair looks like. Mustard.
I know you.
Yeah. Right now, it looks like Jeff is giving his real self. He's relaxed. He's calm. At least his demeanor, right? He's probably anxious on the inside. It seems like he's taking this seriously. It feels like Verica's not being authentic here. It feels like, listen, I can imagine how she feels that, you know, probably one of her favorite podcasts, probably her favorite podcast. She sees Zach. She sees Sam there. She sees Gabe there. She's on a freaking date with Jeff, and Jeff is super into her. I could see a lot of people freaking out and kind of not knowing how to be real. The one thing that's like giving me hope for Verica right now is that when Jeff was about to read that note, she said that thing, whatever she said. And that's telling me she's probably overcompensating right now.
So what do you want to name your kids? Our kids.
Just as a tip on a first date, even if you guys like had a really great like phone call or something like that, or on a second date and you guys had an amazing first date, don't joke like, what do you want to name your kids? Our kids. Like, it's not good. It's too pushy. It's going to actually make the person put up their walls. It's not going to want to make them feel closer to you. You want to express your interest at the level that the relationship has developed. You don't say, what are you going to, you don't even joke. Don't joke about it. Because listen, dating is like a very sensitive thing for people. And to joke about things like that puts ideas in people's heads. Gets them wondering, like, what's going on here?
Did you go to Australia?
Fuck yeah. If they let me in, I gotta get a visa. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll marry in. Show's over. Sorry. Hila's probably having a baby right now, so we could end it. You know, wrap it up. Could you see us having a house right here on the beach?
Yeah, we can afford it.
Oh, we can afford it.
All right, show's over. All right.
All right, beach date. You know, the kiss started off a little forced, but then the second kiss felt real. I think now I'm back in. Now I'm all for Verica and Jeff. I can see that they're both anxious. They really like each other. I hope that Verica's taking this seriously. I could tell Jeff wants like a real relationship. I don't want him to be I don't know why, but I just don't want him to be disappointed in this experience. Like I want him to actually find love on this. So we're gonna get the couch date. Let's see how it goes.
Wow. What the hell? Holy shit. I didn't know anything. Oh my God, this was like a real bachelor finale.
I'd like to know how much time has passed since beach date to couch date, because that'll tell me a lot. That'll tell me how much time they've spent together, but I guess we're going to talk about
Yeah,
it.
she's
We love
great.
Morgan.
Yeah.
She's I
Fucking
think-
bow, 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 queen. Oh, yeah.
I just see her as a natural talent.
Okay, so now,
She is a
now what I'm seeing right now is, wait, I can't have Veritsa staring at me like that's weird.
born entertainer.
There, wait, there. Okay, now that I see them after the first date, now that all the butterflies are out, they look good together. And they look like they just, I don't know, they just weirdly fit. Like, it just looks like Jeff is like this, and Veritsa's like this, and somehow they're just working. I'm watching Veritsa, I'm like watching how she's acting right now, because this is like probably a crazy moment for her, right? Like, she watches this show all the time, and now she's around everybody, she's dating Jeff. Like, this is probably, you know, a little crazy for her right now, but she looks in her element. She looks relaxed. I see she kind of has like this ADD personality where she's kind of like looking around and doing this. And that tells me that she's feeling herself. And you see Jeff's arm around her. They look like they've had talks since the date. They look like they've spent real time together since that first date and really connected off camera. And this is the result right here. And so I'm feeling really, really good about it right now. Really happy. I'm excited. It just began though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love for if you wanted to stay another week and continue to develop.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's fine.
Aw.
Were you really planning on just going to Australia? Like right now?
In like when I yeah, like in like a week or so.
It's so hard because I know that Jeff doesn't want to give a lot of information out. I could tell that Jeff has his professional life, his influencer world, and then he has his personal world. And I could tell that he does not want to get those two mixed together. And so even him doing this right now is, I think, a big thing for him. You know, he didn't even want to say the name of the restaurant that they went to. Like, why does that matter? So that shows me that Jeff is really kind of holding back on all of like the intimate details. Feels like Verica's more excited to talk about it. She just seems more like a confident person in general. She's manic pixie dream girl rom-com personality where just like everything's happy, everything's good. So hopefully we'll get some more out of her, because I could tell Jeff is putting up some barriers right here.
This is traumatic. These cameras, I don't know how you guys do this for a living. This
Well,
is so
yeah,
don't like this
terrifying,
stuff.
being
Me neither.
perceived
Takes some
constantly
effort.
by
It's nice to hear that from Veritsa. Now I truly know that she was probably freaking out a little bit on the beach date, and that was contributing to her being a little extra high energy and kind of like going overboard, overcompensating a bit, which is totally normal to do on a date. But, you know, if I'm asked to analyze and really look into every little thing, I'm going to look into that and I'm going to wonder, what are the true intentions? It seems pretty solid. There's still, I don't know, 40 minutes left of this couch date. It's kind of slow. We're not really getting into their relationship. It's kind of just they're on the podcast today. I hope there's more.
We're not together all the time, so she could go in the bathroom and start reading Tumblr and Reddit and stuff, and she sees how these people are perceiving her, and then that
You guys
affects our relationship.
I'd be very, I just want it to work. Whatever you guys want.
Yeah.
I'm here for love.
I just don't want people thinking that they know everything about us, and you know, that
Fuck
they have
them
an
all,
opinion
dude. We're
on
going
it.
dark.
Then it gets in her head, and
That's
she's
the
upset.
Fuck them.
But we're
Jeff cares about her, man. That's so cute. Ah, man, now I really like them. And you could tell Veritsa was getting anxious about this whole situation. If you're a fan of the show, it would probably be natural that you wouldn't want other fans of the show judging you. And so that makes sense that she was like going into the bathroom and like reading comments and stuff like that. Whereas Jeff is probably more used to it and, you know, not getting into all of that stuff. But the fact that like he really cares about her mental well-being in this situation is huge to me. And now when Jeff said that like he actually is interested in moving and living in Australia with her, that's pretty crazy, right? Because we remember the first episode when he was kind of on these little speed dates with everybody.
one of us is gonna have to make the move.
He wanted them to move to LA. The fact that Jeff wants to move to Australia or is just considering that is huge and shows that they really are good for each other, because again, this isn't just a 15-minute beach date like we saw and then immediately on the couch. They obviously spent a lot more time together off camera, only strengthened and solidified their relationship even more, which makes me very happy. It tells me that this is going to go into a good direction.
We watched Eternal Sunshine.
Oh, I love that movie.
Oh, it's the best.
Oh, it's a very romantic movie too.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we related.
That's
you
a
know?
wonderful movie. It's really a good
I love
movie.
that. It's one of my favorites.
She
Wow, you guys
completes
are
me.
serious. You watched that movie
completes
together?
me. I needed her to fix me. She completes me, Ethan.
All right. There you go.
It's hard to see when Jeff is being sarcastic or exaggerating because he does it a lot and he's always he plays a character a lot. Something told me that like he was half joking because it was so real. It's like this shouldn't happen, right? Two people shouldn't just randomly get together on some YouTube matchmaking thing and then be the perfect match. This should not happen. And I think that's what's going on. And all the negative comments that VERICA was getting, I think that's what all of the viewers were feeling. They were like, this shouldn't happen. Like, why is this happening? This is too real. This is too good. There's something off here. At the end of the first video, I was a little on the fence too, because I was thinking, like, how could this be so good? But hey, every now and then, God works in mysterious ways. It seems like it's just clicking. I would love for that. Like, imagine if they got married, they had kids, then they started their little vlog, and then maybe they had a little family vlog, and it was cute, and it was great, and it was not exploitative whatsoever. Damn, I'm just like projecting years into the future for them right now. I hope it works out. Like, I hope it doesn't mess up somehow. I want this to work.
We spent about a total of 9 hours together.
Yeah,
so
give it
far.
another 9 hours. And
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it hasn't been a long time. It's probably just been a night. That's all it's been. Still pretty new. Still have the kind of like first date excitement if they really liked each other. They have not chatted and gotten to know each other as much as I thought.
that was a big deal.
Thank you for flying her out.
Yes.
All right, so let's be real here. They've really only spent a day together. They've been on a first date and it went really well. I rarely see chemistry this real. It's weird, right? Because it doesn't seem as though Jeff is exactly Verica's type. It doesn't seem as though Verica is exactly Jeff's type. I just wasn't expecting this to work. Right? They look like, yeah, they'd maybe be attracted to each other, go on a date, and then be like, it just wasn't right. But for some reason, when they're sitting together, when he has his arm around her, they look so good together. They just look right. It really does look like, just like Jeff is this, right? And then Verica's this, and then somehow weirdly they just match. And so I'm really confident about their future. The fact that Jeff is already thinking about moving, this is the thing. It is moving very fast, and I don't like that. It shouldn't move this fast. Even on The Bachelor, they go out on a lot of dates, but here they're already talking about marriage. They're already talking about kids. It's a lot. I don't want to see them crash and burn. I don't want to see them get overly excited, invest way too much at the beginning, and then kind of burn out after a month. I don't want that to happen. I hope they relax a little bit, take it slow, and just start dating. You know, just actually start dating, get to know each other in a regular way. Don't start talking about your future like marriage all of the sudden. I don't want you guys to get your hopes up. I don't want you guys to have like too high expectations. If you have a situation like this, right? I'm sure you've been on a date in the past where after the first date, you were like, oh my God, this is like amazing, right? You go home and you're like, I think I'm gonna marry this person. And then as you guys date a month later, you guys just kind of realize that, yeah, there were other things you're not thinking about. Because what tends to happen when you first meet somebody, if it goes really well, then you fill in all the blanks because you're like, wow, this person is so much like me. We relate. The first date went amazing. The second date went amazing. The kiss was perfect or whatever. Then you start filling in the blanks, and you shouldn't be doing that. And I don't want them to do that, because if they have too high expectations, what's going to happen is they're going to get really disappointed when they find issues that are going to inevitably pop up in the future. There is always going to be some sort of issue in a relationship. That's okay. That's supposed to happen. That is natural. But what's not good is for you to kind of look at a relationship with two rose-colored glasses. You don't want to idealize it. You don't want to see your partner as this perfect being that can do no wrong, because eventually there's going to be an issue that pops up. You're going to be disappointed, and that disappointment is going to like tear you apart because you weren't ready for it. If you have a situation like this where you go on a first date, a second date, and it's amazing, like, holy shit, how is this so perfect? I'm not saying to go, don't think it's perfect because it's gonna fuck up. it's gonna mess up. No, I don't want you to think about it like that. Just go, let's take it one step at a time, right? Let's take it slow. Let's relax, and let's actually just date each other. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, because that could actually ruin it. Now that they've had the whole song and dance of being on The Bachelor and being on camera and, you know, kind of doing all the performative stuff, is like running into the water, kind of coming out, running out with the abs and kissing her right on the lips. And it was so beautiful and romantic, but not what a first date usually looks like. Now that that's all over, now I hope they could actually start dating, right? Getting to know each other on a real level and slowly, not talking about marriage and kids too soon. Yes, I get it. They live on other sides of the world. It's a unique situation, but talk about that. Talk about potentially visiting each other for a couple months, living long distance for a little bit, visiting each other. Then start thinking about, okay, well, if I did move here, if we did move here, what would that be like? Don't jump ahead too fast, even though all signs are pointing green, because what inevitably happens is we fill in the blanks. I don't want that to happen to Jeff and Verica. They look like an incredible couple. I wish the best for them. I really do see a future. And so as their relationship develops, I want them to take it slow. I want them to take it one step at a time. I don't want them looking way too far in the future and going, this is what's happening. Because already the H3 people are going like, can I play at the wedding and all that? And I get it. It's like goofs and gaffs, but I want it to go well. So I couldn't really take a lot from this video just because it's the podcast, right? We're not watching a real date. It's a podcast. They were talking a bunch of crazy people in between. So we really couldn't focus on them that much. I could tell that Jeff was holding back a little bit. I could see that Verica was overwhelmed by the whole situation, you know. Her favorite podcast, she's seeing everybody in front of her. And I'm not gonna be able to see what actually happens after this, and that's okay. I want them to have that private time. We know that eventually we're gonna see them again. So if they keep dating, if they continue their relationship, we know that Jeff's fans are gonna be pushing him to get some of that Verica content. Eventually, once the relationship is established and real and they solidified privately, then I think they'll be able to feel comfortable to come out and start putting themselves on camera together now that they know that they're good. And just like you guys wanted me to be here for this, I had a ton of comments asking me, if you want me to be there for that, I will be there for that as well. My job is to help you in relationships and social skills and just general happiness in life, because we know that being happy is the biggest contributor to having a good relationship with somebody. I'm very foundational, nuts and bolts when it comes to self-improvement. I'm not all about the bells and whistles, not about pickup lines. I want to also lastly just thank you guys for taking a chance on me as a relationship coach, because there's a lot of creepy motherfuckers out there. Hopefully I could start to change that and really give a different perspective on improving your relationship skills with people and seeing it in a more healthy way. Thank you guys very much for watching. I forgot to plug my Skillshare course. I guess I'm plugging it right now. If you want that, you can click the link in the description. But what I'd really love for you guys to watch is my analysis that I just did on Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney is a really interesting subject to study. Man, it was probably 10 hours of watching interviews with her. She's not just the blonde, basic, bimbo, hot girl that everybody's saying she is. She has a lot more to her. I really hope you watch that video because there's a lot to learn from her. She's a very interesting person. You can click it right here. Thank you guys very much. If you have any videos to suggest to me, jump into my Discord. It's the best place to suggest to me things. Link me some interesting videos that you'd want me to watch. Put your suggestions there. Otherwise, watch this Sydney Sweeney video. Thank you very much. Bye.